Hello world, my name is Dennis, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my vlogging experiences with the Canon R50V. Let's get into it, guys. All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. So I took the Canon R50V out for a casual day of vlogging. I wanted to see how it would handle the task of being a vlogging camera. I thought it did pretty well. There are some features of the Canon R50V that I really love, but then there are some aspects to it that I think need some improvement. But overall, what you're getting in this camera for $650 for the body only, or $850 with the kit lens, which we'll talk about, it was a pretty favorable experience. I'm not going to say it was perfect, but I think it held its own, and there's a lot of features packed into this little beast of a camera. There are some things I want to talk about, so let's get into it. So first of all, let's talk about the camera body. I actually really enjoyed using this camera to vlog with because it is a very small and compact camera body. You get the flip out screen, which is perfect for when you're facing the camera towards you, and it is a fully rotational screen. I didn't mention this in my unboxing video, but it does have a tally light. It's really easy to know when you're recording, and then it also gives you the red frame around the screen. I thought that was really helpful. And while we're on the topic of the screen, I found the screen pretty sufficient. For the majority of the clips that I shot while vlogging with this camera, I didn't have any trouble shooting, especially when there was glare on the screen. I think it held up pretty well. Overall, it is a pretty small, compact body. It's pretty discreet. You know, it might draw a little bit of attention, but it's small enough to where it's not very cumbersome. The only thing that I wish this camera had was a larger grip. And as you can see, it's pretty small. It's a pretty tiny grip for this camera body. I mean, it gets the job done. It's sufficient enough, but I really wish they just had a larger grip on this camera. It would make it much more comfortable to hold. But overall, the camera body, I think, is great. The internal microphones, I think, held up pretty well. The majority of the vlog footage that I shot was with this internal microphone. Family trip to the dog park.
Dog park.
Are you excited, Polly?
Look at her face.
She's like, I don't want to go. The internal microphone is susceptible to wind. I found that while I was trying to shoot, even though there wasn't too much wind, there was some wind noise getting into the audio. Okay, so this is a quick stabilization test. This is just optical stabilization in the lens. I wasn't moving abruptly, I was just walking, but there was some wind noise there. And so, I mean, overall, the audio quality coming from the R50V, the internal microphones, it is very good. It's crisp and it's clear. It's sufficient if you're just casually vlogging. Time for Polly to get cultured. Listen to some classical music. But you are going to want to throw a professional or dedicated shotgun microphone or wireless microphone on there to get better audio. And instead of just using the built-in microphone, we're utilizing a Rode Video Micro shotgun microphone with the dead cat, so that way it kind of dampens the wind noise here. So hopefully you can hear me. But it did pretty well. I wish that Canon included like a little dead cat or windscreen, so that way it would go into the dedicated hot shoe there and just kind of cover the microphone. That would have been a cool thing. Moving on to the autofocus, the Canon dual pixel autofocus on this thing is amazing. I mean, I've come from a Sony background. Sony is kind of the leader of autofocus, but this is right behind them. It's very reliable, very sticky. I 100% trust it. You can actually set your own autofocus speed and sensitivity, but right out of the box, it's great. I like to have a speedier autofocus. I think I have it at +2 on both. The autofocus on here is amazing. It's right up there with Sony. Definitely awesome. One feature that I really liked was the mode dial of the Canon R50V. Coming from something like the ZV-1 from Sony or the ZV-E10, they have like a really annoying switch, and I hate that because it's just really stupid, especially for cameras that are almost $1,000. I mean, this is a $650 camera and we get a full-on mode dial. I love it because I set each one of these mode dials, whether it's the movie, custom 1, 2, or 3, or even the S&Q, I already have certain customized settings for each of those. So while I'm vlogging or trying to take photos, I know that I can reliably switch it to that mode and my custom settings in there. So having that mode dial, I think is really awesome. I'm glad that's in there. That's a feature I loved. And then we'll talk about heat management. The majority of the footage that I shot, at the time it was like 92 degrees Fahrenheit, or I think it even got to 95, and it was hot. I was sweating. This camera, I was shooting 4K 30 in pretty much all of the clips there, except for the slow-mo shots where I was shooting 1080p, 120 frames per second, trying to catch the dogs running around. This thing was shooting 4K 30, no overheating whatsoever. I never had the high temp warning kick on at all. I don't think this thing has an internal fan. I don't see vents or anything like that. This thing handled high temp like a champ. Yeah, it was awesome. This thing is a badass. Let's talk about battery life. We have these little tiny LPE17 batteries. The battery life of this camera was actually pretty decent. I was able to get pretty much a full day of casual vlogging. I'm saying casual because usually when I vlog, I go to an event and I'm trying to capture as much as I can. This was just doing casual stuff like capturing moments here and there. And with that, I just used one battery. The battery life is not too bad. I just wish it was a larger battery because Canon is advertising this as a video focused camera. I think it deserves a larger battery. And I think with a larger battery, it would require a larger grip, and boom, yeah, it would have been nice to have a larger battery with a larger grip on this camera. I was able to get these are like the third-party K&F batteries, and I think it was like 3 batteries with a fast charger, and it was like 32 bucks. They're very easily accessible, so I mean, if you really need more battery life, you know, buy more batteries, carry a few with you, or, you know, this has USB-C power, so, you know, power your camera. All right, let's talk about image quality. So I was actually really impressed with the overall image quality I was getting out of the Canon R50V, and that's just with this kit lens, the 14-30 kit lens that you can buy with this camera. For what it is, it's a really good lens. It's sharp for what it is for being a kit lens. It's pretty versatile. All of the video I shot was with this lens. Even the photos, I was really impressed with how sharp the photos were coming out of this kit lens. Just very casual use. I'm not a professional videographer, I'm not a professional photographer, but I was very happy with what I was getting out of this camera. The 4K 30 looked great on this. I'm super excited with how the images are coming out of this budget video camera with a budget kit lens. So yeah, image quality for both video and photo, impressive. Let's talk about the feature that probably everyone is disliking about this camera, and that's the lack of IBIS. So this is just a plain old camera with no IBIS. You can see the sensor's not shaking there because there's no IBIS. You know, it'd be nice to have IBIS in this camera, but again, it's a $650 camera. It's a budget-friendly camera that is supposed to be making video content creation accessible to people that are maybe just getting started or they want a backup camera. Maybe people are just gonna have this on a tripod. I understand why Canon did not put IBIS in this camera, but they do give you the digital stabilization. So there is a standard digital stabilization in there, and then also they call it enhanced, which is like a higher stabilization. They're pretty effective. Now I did a few tests with the different stabilization settings you can do with the Canon R50V with the 14-30 kit lens. Now I did one with all stabilization off, and it's shaky. It looks pretty bad. Now, I would only use this setting if I was setting the camera on a tripod. I also did a test with the optical stabilization just in the lens, but no digital stabilization in the camera. And it looks okay. It's not too bad. It's decent, and there's no crop. So that's the best thing about that. There's no crop. And I also did a stabilization test with the optical stabilization of the lens, plus the standard digital stabilization of the camera. And it performed well. It looked pretty good. The optical stabilization in the lens plus the digital stabilization looked great. It's sufficient enough for just vlogging. There is a little bit of a crop. It's not terrible. I also did a stabilization test using the optical stabilization of the lens and the enhanced high digital stabilization, and that looked really good stabilization wise, but it crops in quite a bit. It's not pretty because for me at least, you're zooming in on my face and it's pretty uncomfortable. But I mean, the stabilization looked great. It was nice. I think the best settings to use for stabilization are the optical stabilization of the 14-30 plus the standard digital stabilization of the camera. You get a little bit of a crop, but it's decent enough to where things are still wide and it looks good. So the last thing I'm going to talk about on the Canon R50V, along with the 14 to 30 kit lens, is the low light capability of this lens. It performed well for low light, so I was really impressed with what you're getting out of this APS-C sensor in the Canon R50V, and even with this kit lens. This is not a very fast lens. What is it? It is f4 to 6.3, so it's not a very fast lens, but it performed well in low light. I was actually really impressed. So I have to say that overall, for a $650 budget-friendly entry-level video camera, I'm really impressed with the Canon R50V and this 14 to 30 kit lens. Overall, I think this is the best bang for your buck camera. I think it's the best value you can get at this price point for the features. If you think about its competitors being the Sony ZV-1 Mark II or the ZV-E10 Mark II, those cameras are almost $1,000. The ZV-E10 is almost $1,000 for just the body only. So you have to buy your lens separately or buy the kit, that's more expensive. Or the Canon PowerShot V1, which is also Canon's video vlogging camera. That's like a little point and shoot style camera. That thing is more expensive than this with the kit lens. I think the Canon R50V is the best value, best bang for your buck camera for someone that is wanting to get into content creation, someone that is wanting to get into photography, someone that's wanting to get into video and wants to grow with their camera. The beauty of having an interchangeable lens camera system is you're not stuck with the one lens. You can upgrade to a better lens, or you can find a lens that will fit your needs better, and your camera as a tool will just serve you better. And so I think that is the beauty of the Canon R50V. Its price point is so accessible for people that are wanting their first camera or just wanting to get started or to dabble in it. Again, this is one of many videos that I plan on making about the Canon R50V. Let me know down in the comments below if you have a Canon R50V, if you're enjoying it, what you bought it for, what you plan on using it for, and then also if you have the 14 to 30 kit lens, what do you like about it, what do you dislike about it, or the camera as well. What do you like about the camera, what do you dislike about it? Give me your thoughts down below. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you found it helpful and enjoyable. Please leave it a like, and please subscribe to the channel. Again, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.